Hello Wastelanders, and you are joining me for a special edition of the Survival Noob playthrough where every time I die we add a mod. We're going to be doing a challenge run of the infamous death tunnel that is usually full of ghouls and ghouls and ghouls. The rules of this challenge run, the rules are that I'm only bringing two weapons, one melee, one distance. The melee weapon, irradiated machete, the distance weapon, a gamma gun. And I'm only allowed to use legendary weapons that the enemies drop. If I want to pick up something new and use it, it has to be a legendary and it has to be dropped from one of the enemies. We're starting this challenge run with only 132 rounds of gamma ammo as well. Now, McCready, our companion, is using a two-shot automatic plasma rifle, and he has unlimited ammo, so we're going to need to lean on him probably on occasion. And we'll only use as many frag grenades as we can pick up. I know there were some in my inventory, but I'm not going to start throwing them until I start picking some up. Now, in our little pre-staging area here, we're going to go ahead and loot some of these ammo boxes that we can find early on, and this is a survival account where everything weighs something. I'm only going to pick up what I think I can use pretty much right away. And I'm also grabbing a bunch of this glowing fungi because, like I said, it's a survival account and I can't pass that part up, right? So, we're grabbing some things, trying to watch our weight, trying to only take ammo that we anticipate using, and then we're about to jump into a fight with hundreds of other enemies. Could be super mutants, could be raiders of various kinds, could be Institute. We're going to see what we get, and this is going to be a ton of fun, so buckle up, folks. We're going in. Now, I love the ambiance of this mod, and it should be noted that there's a version of it that's just super inky dark, but I'm not using that because, for one, it's really hard to see what's going on, and for two, it sometimes turns the enemies into just pure silhouettes no matter how close they get to you. So instead, this one's fairly well illuminated, and as you will see momentarily, there's plenty of enemies to keep track of. Now, I said subway tunnel, but actually it's an underground like roadway because we're stepping onto a bus here, and this is our last chance to change our minds and turn back before the insanity ensues. But turning back is not what we came here to do, so we forge ahead and take a look at who we're up against. I am seeing raiders. Some trappers, we're seeing DLC agents, and I just opened fire. Gamma gun, do your worst. We are putting people down. Now, if you've been following the Survival Noob playthrough so far, you know the general challenge of this playthrough is that every time I die, I install a mod that I haven't used before. And this less Junky Perks mod makes the Idiot Savant proc constantly. It's super annoying and also boosts my experience insanely fast, so I figure the punishment fits the crime. The other thing that the Less Junky Perks mod does is it takes the nuclear perk and it adds a lot of damage to radiation weapons like this gamma gun. So it is absolutely savaging these high level enemies. As you can see, it's like one and done, but I only have so many rounds and they are coming in force. Something else I think is fairly obvious at this point is that when I'm in sneak mode like this, the enemies are having a really difficult time detecting me. I mean, I think the Less Junky Perks mod also messes with the sneak perks to the point where I'm pretty hard for them to detect very easily. Now, it didn't occur to me during this that I should stand up out of sneak mode and, you know, kind of keep this party going because they were piling in so fast I honestly didn't have that much time to think. And you can see that we have dropped tens upon tens of these raiders, but we are also getting low on ammunition. McCready, a little help here? I mean, he hasn't even fired a single shot yet. I don't get why he's just huddled down there content to let me do all the heavy lifting, but it's making me go through ammo like crazy. I hope these raiders stop flooding in before I completely run out, but it doesn't look likely. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, this Less Junky Perks mod seems overpowered. I can't blame you. It is a little overpowered in some ways that I do like to exploit when I can because it actually hampers me a bunch in other ways. Now, the mod author claimed that it took less perk points into the crafting perks to get to the highest level of modifications on your equipment, and that is true, except that for many of the highest level modifications, the changes that the Less Junky Perk mod make actually lock me out of them. For example, I can't get to Ballistic Weave, anything over Ballistic Weave 3, for example, with this mod. And there are a lot of different weapon mods I can't equip either because anything that needs, say, level 5 rifleman or something like that, it just isn't accessible to me with this mod enabled. And that means that I have had to scrounge and scrimp and find a lot of the mods that I've got on my weapons if they're the highest, mod available. And that I will never have Ballistic Weave, I don't know, like 5, for example, on any of my equipment. Now, the enemy waves are continuing to pour in people, and I have not had a chance to get out there and loot any new ammo or any new weapons because I'm a little bit of a glass cannon, as I said, and these enemies are really high-end and pretty dangerous. Now, I'm leveling up constantly, but the funny thing about the Less Junky Perks mod is that I don't really have any perks to take at this point, at least none that I desperately want, so it's a little useless other than I'm just gaining levels. And as you can see, McCready's still refusing to kick in any help at all. Now, every time I've ever played with McCready as a companion, his dialogue has always sounded kind of the most, I don't know, cowardly. He doesn't really love action and fighting, but man, this is a new low even for him. I could really use a little bit of help here. Did I just see an irradiated assault rifle drop? That might actually be a useful assault rifle. How crazy is that? I mean, I never use assault rifles, especially not in survival. They're so heavy, but that one in this tunnel, that might just make some sense. And by the way, to illustrate my point that the Less Junky Perks mod does come with some drawbacks, this gamma gun isn't even a deep dish gamma gun because it's not possible for me to craft the deep dish mod for these guns. I'm locked out of it because of the way that the Less Junky Perks mod, you know, is interacting with workbenches and stuff like that. Now, I don't think I'm going to have to go without a new weapon for very long once I get to actually loot, though, because can you see all these legendaries out there dropping? I mean, like flies. The problem might be that I've buried so many bodies on top of them. I don't know if I'll be able to loot half of the legendary weapons that are sitting here under a pile of 5, 6, 7 enemies. They can barely climb over each other to get to me, and I'm just firing away, blissfully ignorant of my ammo count, apparently. I mean, I'm down to 20. When am I going to clue in and switch to the melee type attacks? By the way, I don't know if it's really possible for me to convey to you just how tired of the idiot savant perk noise I get when I'm playing through this account with this particular mod on the perks, but it's bad. I mean, it's constant. And it's got a delay, which means that if I shoot 10 enemies in a row in quick succession, it will just keep popping off for like a minute after all the enemies have dropped and all the action has stopped. That idiot savant noise will just keep on procking over and over. It's terrible. I hope someday I learn to tune it out or I just take it off of this account. But for now, this is the price we pay, and you can see that we have leveled up about 1,000,000 times. I mean, the perk starts to be almost meaningless because what have we gone up? Almost 10 levels? We started at, what, 124, 127? We're up into the 130s. And oh my gosh, McCready, thank you for joining the party. Thank you for finally stepping in. I switched to melee and the guy finally takes it on himself to try and do a little bit of the work for me. Jeez, I brought him along with this 2-shot plasma rifle, hoping he would do a bunch of work. But look, he's refusing to even fire at that legendary ruthless trapper that's standing there shooting at us. Now that McCready is finally engaging the enemy, though, hopefully we'll be able to push out of this bus, which I haven't been able to leave so far, and wade out in it and take the fight to the enemy a little more appropriately. Now, I'm doing a bit of looting, hoping I can find more ammo, which I haven't so far. I am kind of optimistic, though, because at least one enemy has been firing gamma rounds at us, and I'm hoping I can find that enemy and loot his corpse. Oh, scrounging trapper with the, what, the hay hook in the back? McCready, you should have been paying attention there, buddy. And look at that, there's the gamma gun-wielding man himself, scrounging trapper. Thank goodness. Wait a minute, was that a legendary gamma gun that the scrounging trapper dropped? Well, it doesn't even say he is a legendary and he's packing a legendary weapon. That's, well, I didn't know that happened, but hey, I'm glad for it. It's the exact same legendary perk I already had, but this one's a deep dish version, so I'm going to keep that because I will have to steal that deep dish off of him. And look, we picked up a rapid automatic laser rifle. We're starting to get to the fun part, you know, the legendary looting part where I figure out which weapons I get to use now. So this is nice. Lucky missile launcher. Okay, I'll take a missile launcher with some missiles in a tunnel like this. That seems pretty useful. Now as we climb through the piles and piles of dead, what else do we find? A Stalker's Advanced Lever Action Rifle with a silencer on it. I think I'm going to use that. Thank you, Legendary Trapper. Resolute Rapid Combat Rifle. Time slows. Well, okay. I mean, at least it's an automatic. I like that. Wounding Institute Rifle. That's interesting to find a raider packing an Institute Rifle. But hey, it might come in handy. The Bloodied Meat Hook. We saw that that guy hit McCready with it. A pack stuffed chest piece. You know, I'm probably not going to end up using any of the armor I pick up. A legendary sledgehammer. Legendary synth leg. Okay. Nice. Mutant Slayer's leather. Okay. Not too bad. A powered leather left arm. Okay. Like I said, I'm probably not going to trade out for any of these legendary items you're seeing here. But this one, yes. A Western revolver. Plenty of damage out of those 44 rounds. I'm happy to find that. A tire iron. No, I think I'm going to hang with my machete. But let's take stock. This shotgun is not legendary. I won't be able to use that. I'll have to drop it. But these other items, is everything else legendary? Yes, sir. As long as I can find the ammo to go with them, they should prove pretty useful. And as you can see down there, we have 13 level up spots to go ahead and play with at some point if we decide that that's useful. That is how fast the less Junky Perks proc of the Idiot Savant perk levels us. Isn't that crazy? I'm going to enjoy this Stalker's Advanced Lever Action Rifle. That's some good damage. Yeah, not so much the tire iron, maybe the Wounding Institute rifle, but probably the rapid automatic laser rifle would be my fusion weapon of choice. Okay, moving forward, deeper into the tunnels. What shall we find? More raiders. McCready, you gonna do anything about this? Is everyone in this game blind? Alright. Boom. Apparently that guy was. Didn't see that coming, did you, buddy? Deeper into the tunnel, what shall we find? And it's a raider clipped into a bus. I'm not sure how that happened. Maybe that was like some kind of spawn animation for a ghoul to climb out of that bus, and now the raider's stuck. I don't know, but he's a legendary, so he'll drop something we can use. What is it? The Sentinel's Chinese Officer Sword. Yeah, no, not going to get used, but it is fun picking up legendaries, isn't it? And now, okay, it's another crowded room. Get ready to spend some ammo. We have the combat rifle. We're throwing in a grenade or two because I managed to pick up some grenades, right? Maybe I should have been, maybe I should have told myself I could only use legendary grenades. Not that there are any, but but don't worry, there's plenty of enemies left for us to take out with bullets. Promise you that. Exploding cars, grim trappers, legendary ruthless trappers. That's what I like to see. Who knows what they'll drop for us, right? That's fun. But I think they're on to me now. You know, I don't use combat rifles very often in survival because the 45 round is so heavy, but this thing's doing some damage for us, even without all the usual mods I like to throw on things. Happy about that. I suppose because this is survival mode and my damage is higher and so is theirs. The Assassin's Metal Right Arm. Man, I'm really looking for weapons, though. The armor doesn't help me out so much. What? A mighty fat man? Hell yes! Of course, you know, mini nukes are 12 pounds each, and these tiny tunnels could probably blow me up as much as them, but I'm hanging on to that mighty fat man. We'll see if we get a chance to use it. It's pretty dangerous. And then here we are, an interesting moment where the enemies spawning behind that door apparently don't like each other very much, so we're getting some random replacements of the ghouls, and we're just going to let them thin each other out. I'm not sure who's fighting in there. Did it spawn super mutants and raiders together or something crazy like that? Oh boy, they still got some fight left in them though. What are we up against? This is a narrow tunnel. Okay, and they're coming. Here they come. Good thing we got a few rounds left, but not enough. We're going to be switching the weapons up from the gamma gun here. As devastating as it is, it doesn't drop ammo very often, so we're going to have to be judicious in our use of it, aren't we? How many more of these folks are coming? Legendary Rust Devil. Uh-oh. Oh boy, this is like Custer's last stand here as they're coming at me. 4 rounds left. Okay, buddy. Come get me, pal. Okay, this is kind of unfair, right? I mean, this is like shooting like fish in a barrel here, the way they're coming up at me. And then the explosions that are happening, that's not me throwing grenades. I'm not sure what's up. Maybe that's the bloody mess perk, you know, blowing people up. Finish them off with some combat rifle. Uh-oh. My meager 40-round clip. But it's nice having an automatic in a situation like this. I have to admit, it's nice having an automatic weapon drop. Okay, and now I can tell they're still out there, but I'm going to start looting now because, you know... Oh, here they are. They found me. Who's next? I see more action down the tunnel. You know, how do they even get over each other's bodies at this point? They come at me pretty fast once they do, though. Oh, yeah. This is kind of like target practice. And I'm kind of low on ammo. Okay, watch your ammo, man. And they're still coming. How many were packed into this one tunnel? My God. Now, I have played this through with it being the ghouls that were originally spawned in here, and they do seem pretty endless, but you know ghouls, they just don't take the same beating that enemies in high-level armor do. Things like Rust Devils wearing robot armor and Grim Trappers, these guys generally tend to be pretty sturdy, so I have literally run out of 45 rounds and have had to switch to the rapid automatic laser rifle that also dropped. Switching to fusion rounds here to try to finish these guys off. McCready, do some work, buddy. Come on, McCready. He's mostly serving as a bullet sponge right now, and I guess I'm kind of fine with that. Like I said, the less Junky Perks mod makes my sneak so strong that unless I stand up, like I probably should have done to give these raiders a fair shot at me, unless I stand up, they don't seem to target me, they seem to target McCready mostly. But since that's all he's good for the most part, I'm just going to go ahead and let him do that. I mean, do you blame me? Do you blame me for making McCready, you know, good for something on this run, even if it's just as a distraction? Yeah, maybe you do. But I can't help myself, so I stay hidden, I stay sneaky, I start looting while McCready, you know, fends off the enemies that are still down there in that tunnel. Let's just see how many are left. This is getting crazy. Even my fusion rounds are starting to run low, and we started with 250 of those. Another legendary enemy. You know, I am really looking forward to the looting. These better be some juicy drops because we are getting low on kind of everything, right? Alright, this is so fun though. I encourage everyone to give this a try. I mean, download the Death Tunnel and then the SKK Ghoul Replacement mod and you will have endless fun, endless looting, and apparently this fight has gone on for so long that I have worked up an appetite and I've had to switch to melee weapons because we are just running out of ammo for everything as these enemies continue to pour through at us. This is like the 300 Spartans at the Hot Gates up against the whole Persian army. Just waves and waves of enemies coming to the point where the Spartans had to start throwing rocks because all their other weapons were gone or broken. I'm feeling a little bit like that with this machete in my hand, but hey, it's still all good fun as they pour through the one door. Their numbers don't really mean anything when we can bottleneck them this bad, and I mean, isn't that the most fun? Isn't that the most fun? Being able to just have waves of enemies try to come at you through one choke point. That's when you get to just abuse them and abuse them. Time to switch to our revolver, and I'm loving this thing. You know, I almost never use the Western revolver, but wow. I mean, this thing's better than a regular 44, and those guns pack some punch. Okay, the load's a little slow, but not too bad. Let's keep taking some people out. Be great if I could do one shot, one kill on this thing every time. Boom. Boom. Okay. Actually, it's pretty close, right? Let's see. One shot, one kill. One shot, one kill. One shot. Oh, no. Okay. Well, not all of them are one shot, but wow. I mean, the Rust Devils have great armor. The robot armor is great against ballistic damage, so I'm not surprised it's taken a few shots, but this is fun. It's like a literal shooting gallery here. McCready, I hope you're taking care of my back. I hope you are watching my back, buddy, because I just kind of want to point this way and take them out as they come at me. How full is that tunnel down there? I mean, aren't the bodies going to completely block it off here at some point? I have used hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rounds on these guys. And there must be more left because apparently I'm still being picked up on their, you know, aggro radar. These guys are standing at the bottom of the stairs. I wonder if they can't climb up. Oh, no. Okay, this guy's charging up the... He's determined to do exactly that. He's climbing up through these bodies. I don't know. I think they're having a hard time getting past each other. It finally happened. I finally clogged this pipe with enough turds that they can't even flush past each other. It had to happen sometime, am I right? I'm still looking forward to the looting, so hopefully we've gotten to that part where I get to just check out what people dropped. Looking forward to it. Stalker's automatic combat shotgun. Yes, good, a combat shotgun. I needed it for this hallway clearing. Irradiated plasma sniper rifle. Oh, this is so delicious right now. Love it. Frigid Disciples knife. Yeah, nah, but I'm showing it to you anyway. VATS enhanced shish kebab. Well, that's an interesting drop. Not going to use it. Come on, what else we got? Assassin's armor piercing automatic. Yes. Yes. Winner. Winner. Enraging harpoon gun. Probably not going to use it. Harpoon guns aren't my favorite, especially for this kind of pile up, you know? But looting for legendaries is really spiking my dopamine anyway. I mean, what is more fun? Exterminator's missile launcher. We've already got a good missile launcher. Safecracker's armband. Okay, not going to use that one, you know. The armor's not that handy for me, as I told you. What else we got? Hunter's metal left leg. Okay, yeah, another one that I'm probably not going to use, but I'm telling you, that shotgun, so handy. And let's move on to a new section. Let's find ourselves some new raiders to kill. And as we move through here, we find that a number of raiders are already dead. I think they probably took each other out. What do we got? Rust Devils. And, oh, a legendary Rust Devil's already dead. Dropped a Sprinter's piece of leather armor. Ghoul Slayer's super sledge. Wow. I'm getting this sneaking suspicion I left some footage of me killing all these guys on the editing floor. Sorry about that. I guess we're just skipping straight to the looting part, but, you know, that is the part we look forward to, isn't it? What else are we finding? Sharp leather chest piece. Okay, sure. Lots of, you know, lots of legendary armor, of course, that I'm not really using. A blazing meat hook. I'm not going to use that. kind of a useless weapon in my opinion, but hey, that's okay. All right, time for some killing action, and we're using the irradiated plasma rifle. This is gonna be fun. Who we got? With my super duper ridiculous sneak power, they don't even look my direction until I start shooting. Okay, folks, coming at me? Well, too bad, because you are not gonna last against this gun. Boom. Okay, well, the ammo capacity is limited, and that's a bit of a drawback. And I'm a bit of a sitting duck up here on this car, but it's okay. I'm taking fire. I don't care. I need to take some people out. We just hit level 139, and even with McCready drawing most of the aggro, I am starting to catch a stray bullet or two that I am tanking a lot better than I thought I would. You know, I thought with the less Junky Perks holding back my armor mods that I was going to be a bit of a glass cannon, but I mean, I'm only catching mostly stray bullets as they go after McCready, but it's not taking me out too bad. I did have to use a stim pack just there. Time to keep the automatic weapons rolling. Anything that can fire fast is good with me. In fact, one of these enemies was firing minigun rounds, I could see, and wouldn't it be nice if that was a legendary drop? I mean, that would be so sweet. I would definitely have some fun using that, even though these Rust Devils with their robot armor are pretty tanky against ballistic rounds. I don't think I could help myself. I mean, I'm just a sucker for a minigun. I just am. And we can see one legendary drop, a freezing machete. That's probably not going to get much play from me. Who's left standing? Time to start using this lever action rifle. I almost forgot I had this thing. Boy, it packs a punch, though. Well, you know the penalty, that long reload, but this is nice. It'd be great to have an actual stock on this thing, but hey, I'll take what I can get. This packs some punch. I like these one-hit wonders. Oh, there's our minigun man, and he's a legendary. Ooh, please be dropping a legendary minigun, my friend, please. Oh boy. Slow reload. McCready, help me out. What's going on back there? Uh-oh, McCready's down. That's what's going on back there. That's why I'm taking shots in the back. Okay, this is getting worse now that they're not focused on McCready and they're just kind of pushing up on me. Oh, okay. McCready stand up? Are they trying to take him out even though he's down? Wow, I'm lucking out on that. McCready, I take it all back. You're totally worth it. Even when you're on your butt, you're still soaking up bullets for me. So you are useful. I stand corrected. And yet another minigun packing Rust Devil, but I think we've finished him off and it's time for that sweet looting. Let's just stim pack McCready. You know what? Well deserved, friend. I'm starting to change my mind about you. And now let's check out and see what we picked up. A freezing machete. Yeah, not trading that one out. Definitely not as good as the one I'm packing now. What else? A plasma infused minigun. Check this out. Oh my gosh, I love it. We are definitely using that. I mean, I don't know if there are any raiders left. Troubleshooter synth arm. Okay. However many raiders are left, they're getting the minigun. Here we go. We've got it geared up. And we've come to another spot with a few raiders. Maybe more than a few. They're fighting each other. So I think it's raiders fighting those kind of half-ghoul soldiers that sometimes spawn in as part of this SKA ghoul replacement. And let's see if we can get a good angle while they're fighting each other and just start taking them out. Oh, this is going to be fun. Heck yes. Don't you love that? Don't you love just holding the trigger down and watching it mow through people? I know the minigun gets a little overpowered in the late game, but when something helps it out, you know, something like a plasma-infused legendary, you know, proc. Oh my gosh, so good. So good. Plasma infused legendary effect, that is to say. But wow, I love it. Just hold still, guys. Let me reload. Just stay there. Let me reload. Oh, and they're just rushing in the door. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, this is ridiculously satisfying. Come on, somebody step in here. And we've leveled up again, 141. Is that insane or what? I mean, the levels are coming almost as fast as the enemies sometimes. Okay, we are out of rounds for that. Oh, the fun ended too soon. Too soon, but now we can use the assassin shotgun to great effect, I think. I mean, this thing, the assassin's automatic shotgun, yeah, 50% more damage to humans. Perfect. You know, I have seen super mutants and synths spawn in instead of raiders, but it's a lot less common, I've noticed. With this mod, it's typically a raider of some variety or other. It's rarely something else, but it's rarely even gunners, which is interesting. But you can kind of count on it probably being a human enemy with this mod. So, Raider Cutthroat, Raider Veteran, Raider Sniper. By the way, the mod that's got all these different Raider Thug, Raider X-Gunner, the reason there are so many different varieties of Raider in this kind of hierarchy of levels is that we downloaded another mod called something like the More Dangerous Commonwealth. It downloads a bunch of unique bosses and classes of Raiders. There's great big Raiders called Juggernauts, and there's little midget Raiders. I even saw a midget Raider wearing like midget power armor at one point. It's a little bizarre, but it also adds a lot of variety and kind of makes these playthroughs fun. These raiders just keep coming. Do you see the piles of bodies? Like, the door is about half blocked now. I'm starting to wonder if I'm going to be able to get out of here. But this shotgun is just absolute devastation for these guys, so another level up. Oh my gosh, we have reached 142. Yeah, so if you're looking for a way to farm legendary equipment and level up like a son of a gun and have a lot of fun doing it, yes, the Death Tunnel and the SKK Ghoul Replacement mod, endless fun. And we can select which replacements we want. If I wanted this to be full of nothing but super mutants, I could have selected that, or nothing but institute enemies, or nothing but gunners. I mean, if there's something you are trying to get an enemy to drop, and you know a certain enemy type drops it, like maybe you know, institute weapons or armor, and then you just pick nothing but institute enemies, you could really probably reliably farm some legendary stuff pretty well with that. Okay, oh, I see where they're all coming from. There's just a tunnel of endless enemies over there. Okay, reload and go check it out, right? And they're still coming. They never stop. It is a relentless swarm, and now it's time for the looting. An explosive 10mm. Yes, that is my new favorite here. Assassin's Operator's Armband. That's nice. That's nice, actually. Exterminator piece. A VATS Enhanced Operator's left leg. So, a violent combat rifle. That's not that bad. What else we got? I saw a troubleshooter's right arm, but I didn't pick it up because, like I said, I'm starting to get overloaded. I can only carry so much with this character. It is survival after all. And so I'm just leaving a lot of the legendary armor pieces where they lay if they aren't that impressive to me. But here we go. This is kind of the end of the tunnel. There's this huge gap, and then we have to cross these cars. There's a little bit more looting to be done over here, sure. So I grab what is worth trying to carry. But honestly, once you're done doing that and you hop back across these cars, you can see I'm overloaded now, so I'm getting greedy. I'm going to have to like hand some of this off to McCready, and I'm going to have to kind of make some hard choices about what to leave here in the tunnel. A steadfast Gauss rifle. Nice, actually, since I tend to use it like a sniper. Okay. And then, yeah, there's this door I couldn't get to activate at all. It was the furthest thing in the tunnel I could find, and I couldn't get through it. I tried it over and over. I kept coming back in there in case it just wasn't loading. But no, that's it. That's the Death Tunnel. We've done the challenge run. We only use legendary weapons that were dropped by enemies, except for the one gamma gun we came in with. And that was a ton of fun. You got to do it for yourself sometime. Thank you for joining me. You can see we're at level 142. I have, what, 21 perks to choose, but because of the less Junky Perks mod we're using, I don't have that many I really need. We're just going to have to like take a hard look at those at some point. But look at all the loot. Right? Tell me I'm wrong. Was that a blast or what? Thank you for joining me. Go ahead and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. I've got more coming out all the time. Leave me a comment, and I will see you in the next one, folks.